Bane. Helix, the company who found the man that started the war. Bishop, the man who ended his reign of terror. I said, I suppose that makes sense. If that's the case, I and my team are hostages. We were effectively forced to swear fealty to the DA's family last night, largely in part due to a botched expedition with Jack Drake. We went in with him and not the Aces first. They saw it as an insult. I encountered a Reaper Queen, and he wasn't there to save me. Isaac was. Then, against company policy, he was going to keep 2 of the eggs, despite just him going down there. It irritated the group. I have worked it out since then, but Jack Drake is a dead man walking, and that's a problem. 11 pages. Be right back, loading arc. Listen, that's why I'm reading it out real fast. That's why I had it written down. I was like, make me a copy. I'm not fucking saying this shit again. Thomas says, Aces, him, is trying to separate you from everyone and make them your only ally, especially the company, because he really doesn't like Helix or really likes starting shit with them. They may not like that expedition, but you are valuable. They can't afford to lose a potential ally like Sleepyhands if this war finally starts. The company has made themselves out to be the enemy, I said. The Forsaken have lost last wills and testaments that Jack Drake knows about. Jove apparently is the one to talk to about this. Raven's Eye says they aren't trustworthy, and if I remember correctly, he said that of course they started the war. I was exhausted when he was talking, so the details are fuzzy. Drake has an impending shitstorm coming. Darylis and Mew are going to kick him out over the egg debacle. He's going to be across the river and they will have a loose connection together. However, he may be more used running those papers off planet than dying at the hands of the Aces. They want him dead, and even Law told me that the company is keeping an eye on him and to distance myself. I'm terrified that I won't be able to protect anyone. I'm already prepared to accept my consequences, or accept any consequences and flee. It's my best option. So he responds and says, so the option here is trust that Jove will hand over the information to Jack, get him off the planet somehow, if that's even possible, and you all leave to avoid implication? He says, I trust Jove with my life if it came to it, but Jack, I don't know. We can't let them get him, though. I said he was talking about using Ravager's Run as a safe haven, but when he opted to accept all regarding credits, ingots, or trades, he put himself in the eye of the company. He mentioned it to me when he was trying to patch things up after my near death. As a side note, I still owe that fuck a good punch in the face. He was talking to Jove about bringing the company down without people dying. I think from the discussions and information I've been gathering, the D-Aces want blood. I can only imagine why. So meanwhile, I decided I'm starting my own quiet alliance. I'd call ourselves the Peacekeepers, but that almost seems too on the nose. He asked, so Jove and Drake have been pretty much telling this the same thing we have this whole time? I said yes, all the more reason I needed to talk with him. Drake mentioned a data relay, and when I saw Jove, he was looking for one of the green tech benches. He added some strange device, poked some buttons, then wandered off into the night. I understood Drake was telling the truth. Cloud is dying of radiation poisoning. He's turning white, but his clothes hide it. I told him that he should consider having you extend his life before having you killed, since he's of the mindset you aren't trustworthy. Something unusual I noticed was when Lofi, I think it was, mentioned that they were trying to appease the children regarding the Reapers. I think he was referencing the Nameless. I allied with them to ensure the safety of my people. I'm still trying to figure out how to keep everyone else safe. They're willing to take us down to the Red again tomorrow night. Today is a day for preparation, supposedly. Afterwards, they are willing to hatch/raise 2 of our eggs. I offered to pay them for the other 3, but they want 3 favors in their pockets in the future. Apparently, ammo is one of them, as something to keep in mind. Portgas seems to be fine. Ender even seems to be reasonable. Cloud told me in front of the family after I had to come clean about my name that as long as mother and father say no, we are untouchable. However, he may have any kind of reason to go overboard. I'm terrified. He said the reason they need ammo is for the turrets that are almost constantly going off, I think, but be careful, I don't want anyone hurt. I'll see what I can do about helping Cloud. He may not trust me now, but I'll see what I can come up with. Telomere will help a slight bit, but we need to get rid of the radiation in him. A lamprey might be able to help, and I'm going to consult with Isaac about a mid-range radiation sickness and how to treat it. I said, if you do that and don't have a reason for you to know it, you have damned me. They showed me their lab. They have company men in there. If they find out I've told you anything, I and my entire team are dead. He said, then you'll have to push Cloud coming to me. I showed both Lofi and Dexter about the experiments, so hopefully they'll tell him in between you and them he'll talk to me about it. And how did they figure out about your real name? I said he knew my real name. In order to garner trust rapidly so we weren't slaughtered in their house, then and there I started spilling as much information as I could. I've left a few things out. Consider it my own ace in the hole. I did offer for them to take the non-violent route with paperwork, but they brushed me aside. They're out for blood. I have to keep them happy to breathe a little better for you in just a moment, because I feel like I'm suffocating. He said, "Ah, poor Lister Fiend." He said, then that proves he broke into my home, and I can tell. I'll pretend I don't know anything, and we'll have to have a talk with Jove about the passive route on this. I said, not just Jove, which we should meet with ASAP, but perhaps separately. The less we associate, the less they can guess that their plan might not work, whatever it is. But get word to Drake to go into hiding and give this to Mr. Law to update him on everything that is going on. Start pulling on every string you have to mobilize. We need allies, and we need to be sure we can trust people to stop the bloodlust. I said, right now I'm in the jaws of the beast, and any moment can snap my neck or slit it open. I need your help, Thomas. Can I count on you, or should I save myself the trouble and end things right now? He said, I and Haltekar are with you. I'll have to be careful with my Forsaken contacts, but we need to stop this before blood. I said, pull on every string you have, every alliance, every person loyal to the sake of saving lives. If we end up having to go to war, I want to know I stand by the right people. Keep me in touch. Again, the proper line is 7825. Contact me at my normal number, then say wrong number. I'll change channels. He said, understood. I said, I trust this will find Mr. Law doing well. Please don't let me down, Tom. So he's going to send that, he's going to bring that off to Mr. Law.